I remember sitting in my therapist's office every week having to talk about things I never thought about before. She'd ask me things like, how do you see yourself compared to your peers? Or how do you feel about intimate relationships? I just remember thinking, I have to tell her everything if I want to get better. I have to try my hardest if I want to change. If I want to change. Change is painful. It's not easy, and it is always pretty scary at first. There was a time I was too scared to walk into a Starbucks alone. Something about the people, the way they all seemed to be so much cooler than me. They seemed to know what they wanted, where to sit, who they were meeting, and all I could think about was my increasing heart rate and inability to focus on the menu. This went on for about 4 years. But one day I decided to walk into that Starbucks. I remember sitting in the parking lot for about 10 minutes before deciding to go inside, breathing with every banging beat inside my chest, telling myself, if you don't do this now, you'll never get better. The first time is always the hardest, and it's even harder to convince yourself to go through all of that for a second time, and a third, and a fourth. But then you start to notice. You start to notice that this time it's easier to get out of your car, or this time it's easier to look the cashier in the eye. It happens slowly, over time, and with a little discomfort. I know all of this is easier said than done, and even the thought of trying something different is scary, but I promise that it only works if you try. You have to be strong. Change is painful, but it's possible.